Mano la Pan-African Youth ambalo linaandaliwa pale. Hebu tusikilize anazungumza nini, ananena yepi hususan kuhusiana na mdahalo mzima wa taifa.
When I was coming here, and when you get your tea break, you will see fewer guzzlers because there are ministers with you in this compound. Each of them with fewer guzzlers, with bodyguards, with all kinds of personnel. Kenyans are demanding accountability. By bringing Article 37 to life, which says that is under Kenyan Constitution, and allow me to use that Kenyan example for the leaders, the young leaders from Africa, in the hope you can use this as a test case. Actually, what is going on in Kenya should be a case study for the whole of the African region. Because Kenyan youth got so highly educated. So remember, this is a country that invented M-Pesa. And they get into space quickly and occupy. They occupied Baba's space. Under Article 37 of our Constitution, every person has the right to peaceably and unarmed, that is the condition, unarmed, to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. That's the end of that quotation. So Generation Z has done more to promote social cohesion in 1 month than the constitutional body that is charged with this responsibility, called the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC, and to get all the political parties represented here, including Wiper, and all political leadership have done in the previous 14 years. We need to clap for Gen Z. Imagine they have taken over all what NSIC has been trying to do, and political parties to talk about cohesion and what have you, the rights under Chapter 4 of our Constitution, including Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity, which they're actually seeking enforcement for. By emphatically declaring that Gen Z are tribeless, partyless, and leaderless, you may help to eliminate tribalism and inequality, as well as promote sustainable development for all. I believe that African youth can similarly emulate Kenya Gen Z by claiming the rights inherent in their respective constitutions. There are other ways to strengthen the role of youth in governance. There is, for example, electoral participation that ensures youth are registered to vote and empowered to participate in elections. We can create youth parliaments and councils, platforms for youth to engage in decision-making processes that allow them to voice their concerns and contribute to policy discussions. There is also civil society engagement, and civil society in this country, for example, is strong. That encourages youth to participate in civic organizations and social movements, and that also enables them to advocate for change and hold governments accountable. You know, we used to hear of the Asian tigers, countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Korea, South Korea, and others, the Asian tigers, that within some space managed to lift their countries out of poverty to a situation where some of them are even contributors to international lending institutions. And I personally believe the time for the African lion has come. And we only achieve that dream through the African youth leaders. If African youth do what Kenyans have started to do, we are going to realize a decade for African lionism, where the economies will grow, where thieving leaders will be gotten rid of. In fact, if this continues, anybody with stolen funds will not even want to go for elective posts, elective positions, because they know they'll be held accountable. The practice in Kenya has been that people head the parastate organizations and others, they go steal huge sums of money, and the election time comes and go and bribe everybody. In fact, GenZ, I want to invite you to look at the next election. Where Kenyans were made to look so helpless by leaders telling them at the end of a campaign rally, line up. Women line up this way, the youth this way, the men this way, and you go, you have done your handsome hand-changing 100 shillings, bribing your mothers and your fathers and your brothers so that they can elect you into office. The GenZ have placed those people on notice. If you are that type of a leader, you don't qualify to be a leader if you're already bribing your way through elective posts. For the young Kenyans who are here, when I first went to Parliament, I was very young. I was like you. I didn't have money. I just had a university degree, gone through Kenya School of Law. I thought I had something to offer. That time, although it was a single-party dictatorship, you were not allowed to spend more than 30,000 shillings at a campaign, one single campaign. Now, our legislators have even failed to enact some very important legislation, which was envisaged under Constitution 2010. That is of campaign financing. There should be a campaign financing act. And I want to suggest.
Bila shaka huyu ni kiongozi wa Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka akizungumza katika kongamano hilo la vijana wa Afrika kuhusiana na masuala